Alright, so as I was saying, we're doing the Valentine's Day general reading, and if you want to just relax and tap on your karate chop point and just allow yourself to relax and tune into your own energy. So I'll move that's the karate chop point over there, so you can see it on the side. There you go. And that allows you to relax and tune into your own true feelings. So when you listen to a reading, you'll actually truly absorb only the stuff that you need at the time. It's an aid, it's not anything else. So when people try and put down all this stuff, it's because A, they're fucking ignorant idiots. Usually they're people who are religious and have been brainwashed into their bullshit religion as well. Because if I could have $1 for each fake hypocrite who pretends to be accepting of everybody when they follow a religion, and in reality they discount all this stuff because their religion, in obviously the effort to control them all like little sheeple, tells them that this stuff is dangerous. Really, because I have never hurt anyone, and if anything, this stuff has helped a lot of people. And has been very precise as well, may I say. So the track record is amazing of actual direct experience. So where is the proof of their claims? Because what they're doing is literally bad mouthing what we do. They actually go out of their way to do this. And they think we should sit here and accept it and say thank you? I don't think so. Just because you're ignorant and scared of stuff, because you're so brainwashed still that you think this stuff is bad, that doesn't mean this stuff is bad. It means that you're a moron who is not even able to look into things properly and get the real information. And you're a moron who takes the word of someone else over your own internal guidance, which is exactly what people who are still under my control do. So not only they shit on everything we do, and then they try and ask us to have respect for what they do. If you want respect, you give respect. And respect is earned after you treat people like that. Because as far as I'm concerned, you get one chance. You're gone. Because when you cross certain lines, what you're showing is that you're vibrating at such low levels that having you in the direct circle requires you to either be a Zen master, which I'm not, and I never claimed I was. So a Zen master is able to actually stay in the light no matter what they're around. I never claimed I was that person. I always said very clear. I still have parts of me that are healing from the insane amount of bullshit I went through and the stuff I forgot. And you know what? What came after didn't make it better because you keep attracting the same shit until it's gone. So what happened to me as a child has literally fucked me over. But unlike most of you, when 9/11 came around, I stopped traveling because I said, I'm not putting up with this bullshit. Now, if everybody else took a stand as well, we wouldn't be in this crap today. So I'm not here pointing fingers. I'm just saying, if you are going to point fingers, are you sure you're gonna win this battle? Because I really fucking doubt it. And then there are all these people who call themselves religious. I had friends like this. That's why I'm speaking about this. Who were trying to talk down to Reiki and all this other stuff. And they were like scared. So you follow a diabolic fucking religion? Yeah, it's a devil that puts that together. It's obvious because when you follow a religion that says gay people cannot get married, they're evil, and unless you're married, it's bad to procreate, and they try and stop you from having sex, which is a very natural thing and actually is so beneficial. Clearly, there are those who, are more libertarian I personally don't agree with that. I think it's a form of trauma that they have inside of them, an unhealed part. I think some people are more liberal than others, so I don't go and judge their behavior, because what you do in your bedroom is your problem. It's not mine. It's your business. It's not mine. So it's called respect. It's called understanding that your freedom ends where that of others begins. That's why taking someone else's life is not a personal choice. Hence, being non-vegan is not a personal choice. And those who keep claiming that they have a right to do so and they need it, it's because they're still addicted to it and they have a superiority complex. I am just a logical person and I call it what it is. I don't pussyfoot around things. I get it, it's uncomfortable for many people who are used to living in hypocrisy. After all, the world wouldn't be as shitty as it is if most of you weren't hypocrites. But this is where we're at, and blaming others and putting them down, you are behaving like hypocrites. Are you hypocrites? No. You are just behaving in that way right now. You're vibrating in that. So if I cannot help you, if I cannot stay in the light when I'm around certain things and certain people and certain vibrations, I recognize where I'm at. I recognize my own limits and I remove myself from such a situation, and I just simply go and work on myself, because that's a good chance for me. Every time I see a reaction inside of me, it's a good chance for me to go and work on that part that had the reaction. So unlike most of you, once again, I take responsibility, and instead of bitching about how other people are so horrible and this and that, without actually helping them in any real way, without really helping them soothe themselves, which is the number one priority right now. Because, if you keep living under that extreme stress, you're gonna die faster. It's proven. So it's really important to learn these self-soothing techniques. So the tarot is exactly the same thing, the oracle cards. However, whichever cards you use, they're all okay. If you're attracted to them, you feel good working with them, go for it. They are not evil. They are not magic. It's nothing like that. You're simply using the energy of the person, and you're a channel, and you're allowing the universe to speak through you to this person, because this person may be blocked in that moment or are not able to listen to the message on their own. We are here to help each other. So then, if you are someone who is here to help them, you will remove your own belief system at the best you can, and you will allow the message to come through as is, delivering it the best you can so the person receives the correct message and they can be helped. Often you don't need to understand the message either. It's literally just a delivery. So when people realize this, and they have actual knowledge of how things are done, by me anyway, because this is my way. Other people can do whatever they want. I don't usually go to other tarot readers. I don't usually go to other people to ask for guidance, because I never needed it. I never felt I needed it. And when I did need some help with something, I did go. So I never needed to go, and I never felt the need to get my tarot read by someone. I never felt the need to really, say, oh, I'm gonna go and do this now. I'm gonna hire someone. I just never did. So when I did do it by chance, except for a few times lately actually, I have been really, I was really surprised of how unethical and negative, because they want to scare you and control you. It's like they're hypnotizing. Every time we see something negative to someone without offering a way out, we're literally traumatizing them. We're literally helping putting them down. So when you tell people, oh, it's coming, I told you it's coming, what you're really doing is just harming them. So that's why I stay away from people like that, because they don't know the power of words and the power of keep talking about the problems and keep pointing fingers and they don't understand that they are the issue. Their behavior is the issue. And that's why they keep on having the same shit come around. So I take a few steps back when I meet people like that, because as an empath, I am drawn to helping everybody, but I've learned in time that you can't. The best help sometimes is to really just remove yourself, especially if you are in a position where you're gonna eventually get triggered. And then when you get triggered, then they're really gonna learn what tough love is, because you're not gonna hurt them, because you're not that person. However, the way you will deliver the message will be so painful to them on purpose, because at that point they are asking to get the tough love, and that is the trigger side. I recognize my own problems, and when I see them, I put in place procedures to work with them so I can get to a point where they're gone. Many people are unable to do that because they're not there yet. It's kind of like me with money, If you're not ready, you're not ready. And so what's really obvious to other people is not really obvious to you. And the best way is not to put them down constantly. It's literally, if you can't be a light in their life, then distance yourself and be a light from a distance, because that's a lot easier on you, who are trying to work through your own issues, and on them, because you're not being a negative force. And when I go in that place, when I'm really punchy, I'm really punchy. So why would I want to go there? Sometimes when you're tapping, if I'm going on the rant and I'm tapping, yeah, it's fine. That's actually a healthy thing. And the difference is that I don't say things that I don't mean. What I say, I mean. I'm very precise with the world, and I just say exactly what I mean. I just don't sugarcoat it at all. I've never been one to really sugarcoat things. I always try and be honest, but there are ways to say things that are less harsh. And so I personally have put a lot of effort into learning those ways. And I think if more people put effort into learning the communication and how the way you speak, the way you act, everything shows what truly is inside of you. If you're always someone who's pointing fingers constantly toward others without ever offering a way out, remember, you are the one who has the problem, most likely. They may be doing something that is not really okay, but when you have a certain kind of reaction and you go negative, and it means a part of you is buying into that bullshit. I step away, because when you step away, you don't have the trigger right there in front of your face. So you can step away and still have the vivid feeling and not have the trigger right there. So it's not too much energy to deal with. And you can then just work on the part of you that is making you feel this way, that is making you react. Because it's important that you address that. If we don't address the parts of us that are not on board with the rest of who you are today, if those parts that are stuck in the past, that have been hurt, you need to hear them out. You need to work with your inner child and allow that part of you to come out, address it, and then when you embrace that thing, you let it go. I mean, that's what they help you do when you do tapping. That's what you're basically doing. You're seeing, you're honoring, you're embracing, you're erasing. And there is no way you can erase something without first doing the other 3 steps. It's important to go through the steps. So the tarot is nothing else but another way to guide us through the answers that we need. If you are looking for the answers for your future, you're still not understanding how this whole thing works, and you're still going against What is the natural flow of this energy and this co-working with the universe? So you need to learn how it works then, to better understand there are things that are already in place. And no matter what your point of view is, they are still in place. So if you learn how the game works, just like in any game, you can play the game. Otherwise, you get always disqualified. Do you get it? It's not that hard. So tarot is not your ultimate answer. If we were meant to know the future and to know how everyone is based on their star chart and based on their, tarot things and this and that, it'll kind of defeat the purpose of being here, most likely, don't you think? However, is it bad to have stuff that allows you to actually see the lessons? We're all seeing them differently, so why is it such a bad thing to use different tools? It's what your intention is that matters. So, when you are around people who put down you doing Reiki, doing tarot, doing all this stuff that is actually really good and we are meant to do, remember, they are the ones who have the brain as small as a peanut. They are as obtuse as they can come, and unfortunately, the most ignorant, most scared individuals are always the ones who point the fingers to others, give them no way out, and then claim that they are arrogant. When in reality, we all know that those who are pointing the fingers, those who are telling you, oh, if you don't believe in this God, you're gonna go to hell, they are the ones. Whatever you put out is whatever you truly have inside. So there is a difference between pointing out simple truth and actually telling people this is how it is and you're never gonna get out of it. That is negative. When you don't give people a way out and when you condemn them, it says more about you than them. Sorry if you don't like hearing the truth, but it is what it is. And when I say everybody can do tarot, it means that you may not be as sensitive and as in tune with someone who came here with that raw talent, if you want to call it, okay? It's a trait. That's all it is. We all have different traits. And some have been mistakenly considered more important than others. So if your talent is cleaning houses, more power to you, because I totally get it. I am never gonna be one of those people who thinks that pencil pushing and tarot reading is more important than people cleaning houses. I know better, I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot with a superiority complex. However, you can do this for yourself. You don't need this great expert. And the more you do something, the better you get at it. You also are more in tune with yourself always. You will always be the center. No matter how experienced the person in front of you is, you will always be the center of this experience. So stop thinking that the experience and the opinions of others are more important than yours. Your opinion is what matters the most. And your unconscious, your subconscious, and what they hold is really important and a strong determining factor in what you're doing today. So stay away from people who put you down and who go out of their way to discredit what you do on your stream or in your business. You don't need people like that around you. I certainly don't, and I don't keep them in my circle. And personally, when I do this kind of stuff, I use it as guidance. So when people ask me to tell them the future, I tell them, I think you need to go to someone else. If that's all you're interested in, you are talking to the wrong person. I do this so that we can look at the things that you need to work on today so that you can get the life you want. This is not a magic thing that gives you the formula of what you need to do in order to get that life you want. If it was like that, well, then I would say that is magic and probably there is a price to pay, yes. I don't do that. I use the tools correctly for what they were always meant. And unlike all of you religious people, I never once tried to discredit your channels and put down what you do. If anything, the only thing I've done is talk about you and let other people know about you. And I don't agree with a lot of the things you all say, because you're light years behind what someone who understands that hurting anyone is just hurting. You are so behind in your emotional intelligence. But unfortunately, you think you are so advanced and you think you're superior to others because you found a way to enslave them and kill them and justify it somehow to yourselves. Because of course, when you are coming from a fear-based logic, you'll justify anything. The means justify the end, right? So after all, you can claim you're different than all the Dracos and all the people who have hurt others, but you're not really. You're just a hypocrite. So I get it. I am a very uncomfortable person to be around when you're trying to get away with your narcissistic bullshit. Because as an empath, I am your worst nightmare. I not only know how to handle narcissistic idiots, I crush them. I crush them so easy if I want to and when I want to. And sometimes it's the only way to help them out of their narcissism bullshit that they're stuck into. But I don't go after any of these people. I stay away from them. If you notice how I behave, I actually just stay away from people like that. I don't go look for a fight. I don't go in their streams and troll them. I don't go on their channel and leave nasty comments. I just ignore those that go out of their way to discredit others and put down what they do when they clearly know oh so little about it. But ignorance is always paired with arrogance and always paired with the will to go and discredit others, point fingers, and push down. Because that's the only way losers can rise up. Those who are in the loser mode have to push everybody else down in order to feel that they're above them. I never had that need, nor ever has anyone succeeded doing that to me. In fact, if anything, they got really shitload of bad karma, and I never had to do anything about it. But karma did show me, because karma is really funny in that way. So make no mistake, when you come around and fuck with people who are actually here to truly help, you are the ones who are gonna get it so bad. And you're definitely not gonna have the last laugh. We won't either, because unlike you, we don't enjoy when we see other people suffer. Even idiots like you. That's right. And as far as feeling arrogant and superior to you, it's undoubtedly that my vibration is light years ahead of yours. But I never once felt or claimed I was superior to you. Because being light years ahead just means that I've had a chance to be what you are today many light years before. It's just from your perspective, where you are the one who always has to have the upper hand, you feel like a loser when you meet people who are actually humble and truly light years ahead of you. Because the way you behave with people you deem to be lesser than you is appalling. And let's not start talking about the fact that you justify killing animals simply because you think you are superior to them. This is for all the non-vegans who keep on trying to defend their fucking shitty selfish position. And this is also for all the losers who try and put down what streams like mine do, and tarot and Reiki and all these wonderful healing modalities. Shame on all of you. You are no truthers. You are just people who are helping the machine take you down. So compliments. You are real idiots. Let's get started with this reading now. Let's see what's going on. Yep. Alright, so before I start and I look further, I'm gonna also draw some of this. Yeah. There you go, that's the love. Those are the love cards. Yeah, I bought this because so many people obsessed with love. The brainwashing is so real. So a lot of what's going on right now is it's kind of like a moment where there is like some waiting. There has been some waiting around. And this is more like what it has been until now. There's been battles of the egos, like people fighting with each other. There's been actual regret and pain and suffering, and some people have been feeling really overburdened when it comes to love, especially. They feel like they're carrying the whole weight on their shoulder. Um, there are people who are strong and have been leaders, strong leaders, helping a lot of their own. But this, a lot of people's subconscious is going through exactly what I was talking about even earlier, how they have these strong reactions to, what the reality is. So a lot of them have realized that, a lot of them are actually going vegan. A lot of them are listening to the vegans who are talking to them, explaining these things. And, sorry, just one moment. I had to cough, I'm sorry about that. A lot of them are really going through this emotional withdrawal, and they're feeling down. They're not realizing that this is really, we are at the final step. We are almost there. It's just around the corner. There's gonna be a huge shift, and everybody will be fine. Those who are going to go down will just stay in a place where they can finish up their work, and when they're ready then to go up in energy, they will go up. So these people are gonna be fine. They're not gonna be stuck or anything. It's just how everything is coming in divine order, literally. So all these worries people have are, it's really because we all feel the worry of others. So if we tune into that energy, we can drive ourselves crazy because it's really strong right now. It's the majority of people are still really under some form of mind control. Also, they're fighting with each other. They're pointing a lot of fingers. So that's where you see, that they're still hurting. People who point fingers, people who are harsh toward others and don't give them a way out, because they are the ones who hurt the most. And it's their way to protect themselves, and also they think they're helping others. It's a whole mechanism of how our brain works. And if you're interested, I can share some titles with books, really good places where you can find a lot of this information. I can cover it. It's just here it will take too long. So if you're interested, just let me know. You can shoot me a message. It's pretty easy to get a hold of me. I think I make myself pretty easily available when people need help, not to trolls ever. With those, I have very little patience, as you know me. But see, a lot of people feel like they have been backstabbed, and they've gone through hardships, and they've seen the loved ones backstabbing them, and treating them like shit, the pariah, whatever. So all this is coming to an end, but you're still focusing on the past, a lot of people. So that's why that's why they're so, which is normal, by the way. I mean, this is a very natural thing. So don't feel guilty about it, in the sense that if you feel guilty, just tap on your guilt instead of pretending you don't feel guilty. Allow yourself to feel how you feel, but use tapping, because when you use tapping, you're not hurting yourself, you're not re-traumatizing yourself, you're not making the negative pattern stronger. You're actually working it out in a natural pace. And I'm not asking you money to tell you this, right? The tapping point is right there. It's free. So, I mean, I made a free course so you guys can learn, because it's important to apply this stuff every day. It's what will set you free, truthfully. And you don't need to spend insane amount of money to get this kind of help. If you have money and you can get specific help, go for it. I am not telling you not to. I think it's very valuable, actually. But a lot of people don't have that kind of money. This is why I do this. My motivation is that I have been those people who really needed help. And almost nobody helps you when you don't have money or status. And this is the reality. But I've always been this way. I was born like this, so I'm harsh when I talk about truth to most people, because I'm not a hypocrite. But I'm very loyal, and I've always helped people, even those who have tried to hurt me. I know where I stand, and I know that I am definitely one of God's minions. All the others who try and put down what I do, who try and put down the things I use to try and call me a witch, they are the ones who have an issue. So when people put down what you do, they go out of their way, they are the ones with the problem. Remember this. And this is what's showing up here as well, is that a lot of people are going through this. I don't care how many losers try and be assholes with me. All I do is just mirror it back to them. I want none of their energy. And I'm not certainly gonna hurt them back, because I don't want any bad karma for people who are in loser mode. They're just in loser mode right now. But remember, modes can change. So when you give people a way out, when you actually stop focusing on the shit they're doing, if you are like me and you know you can go in the negative place really fast and fucking roughen them up really quick, I'm really good at pissing people off. I know exactly how to push all of their buttons. I'm an empath. The moment I meet people, I know what they're all about. I know what to push. I know how to help them. I can see it all. It's not something I ever wanted to have, but I was born in this fucking way. And I ain't apologizing for it, because unlike most people, I've never misused this. You can't, by the way. Because if you try and misuse this shit, they take it away. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm not here to minimize what other people are doing. But when I see that my human hurt side is coming out, my ego is coming out, I know when my ego comes out. My ego comes out when it sees that someone is hurting someone else, or when I see someone is trying to fuck me over. Then they're done. But they're done more if I see them trying to hurt someone else, which is absurd. One would think. I am way more harsh. So you can understand why when non-vegan try to defend their position, animals being lovely, defenseless beings and so beautiful and so far superior than people, because they have their way of communicating. And animals are not hypocrites. They play games sometimes with each other. They're really funny. But their games are very much at a pure level compared to us. Human beings, when they go rotten in the sense that they go into reptile mode, they are monsters. I know that. I know how I am when I go there. And you don't want to fight me. Trust me. You don't. My tongue will destroy you, no matter what language I'm using, apparently. And my recall becomes amazing in those moments. But I don't put myself there anymore because it's a waste of energy. And that's what I see here. I see people who can be drawn into that. And it's really easy, you see, to be drawn into, if someone attacks you, the reaction will be to attack back. If you start tapping instead, and you talk to them, you will notice that your demeanor is different. So you're already changing things as they are happening. I am very good at this. So if any needs help implementing this stuff, I can truly drill you through it. I am a good drill sergeant when it comes to implementing certain things. And if you have the constance of doing this regularly, you will find yourself in a much better position in a very, very little time. And it costs you nothing, right? So it's not that bad. Has a lot of people want to see it. Those people are just really focused on the past. Yes, it has been really rough, and yes, there will be rough patches. However, I don't really see huge bad things here. There's some backstabbing, but that's also because, it's mostly the people who are getting out of the matrix and are understanding, what needs to be done. There's a split going on, and so you're literally gonna slide out of each other's lives, and then at some point you're literally not gonna be in the same place anymore. And how does that work and all that shit? You have to do some homework, people. You have to do some meditation and do some stuff that actually helps you, instead of just trying to figure out with your left side brain, which is the limited part of your brain. You have to just allow yourself to you have to just allow yourself to be there, and through your heart center connect with the universe so you can get the answers you need when you need them. And that will also make you feel actually connected and not alone, because I know on days like today a lot of people feel lonely. They feel shame because they don't have anybody. What a blessing, people. What a blessing. Less fucking trauma and heartache. I always like to make fun about this stuff because I think it's so ridiculous. It's like we need a day to be kind to each other and remind ourselves. It's like so pathetic. It's not that I'm against it. It's more that I think people forget that, 365 days a year. So focus on the stuff you want to bring in your life. And love, true love, is the bottom line here. That's what needs to happen. You have to choose. Are you going to act like a Draco, or are you going to act with love and light? It's up to you what you choose, but you have to choose. And now there's lots of that choice. Lots of people are going to actually make families as well. There's lots of people getting together. Lots of people are waking up literally to their calling as well. So there is a lot of change, because there's lots of people who then, those who are meant to stay here and rebuild, they are literally getting together. They're gonna make families. That's what you all should do. Breed, people. If they're trying to destroy the human race, start breeding like rabbits. That's all I say. And if you can, adopt those kids who need help, so that maybe, they don't get snatched for satanic rituals. Let's see. So, see a lot of sexual union, forgiveness, and then I say, see, like, okay, so a lot of people are getting together, and then for a lot of people, it's saying stop focusing your energy on past events. Even this one says it. For life is too precious to waste. You create a reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Exactly. So when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Which is exactly it. That's why a lot of people, when they're so insecure about which part, what should I do, well, keep asking that question, but also be prepared to listen to the answers. And in order to be prepared, you have to first calm yourself down. And you have to allow yourself to step out of your expectations, the point of view you're in right now, and just allow yourself to be free, from that limited point of view. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose in the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. That's kind of funny because it sounds like chaos over. I'm just being funny. So, obviously only take the messages that are correct for you. Always only tune in what is important to you. Some people have problems with family also and friends. Some people have been betrayed by lovers and, feel like they are the only ones carrying this. But it's your choice, and you have to take the decision to either focus on someone else or talk it out and find a solution. You need to basically be true to yourself and also focus on the friendship more. That's another thing I see. But we are at the final step. This is the final battle of, the egos and bullshit. So I know a lot of people are very insecure about the future. You just need to go into your heart center. You need to do more heart centering, more eco-meditation, more things that actually will help you. Let's see what the universe has to tell you, or us, whatever. I say you because sometimes I get trapped in Italian. It's an old bad habit that I have, really. Mixing. Okay, I'm not looking. All right. So the postcard from the universe. They're pretty. I really like them. Dearest you, we're a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate to you through the language of oracle, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on Earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would definitely confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity, be clear, and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer. In your favor, affirmative. We say, loving you so very much. So that's one of them, but I also picked this one. They just both came up, so I'm gonna read them both. Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. Tenacity, sorry. What the hell is tenacity, right? Tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals, and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest that you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune in to the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality. But we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more importantly, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses. It's funny, since, today, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel it? Well, I think that's really awesome. I mean, it's kind of a good fit. Both of them, actually. They're pretty good fit. So I'm using the druid cards, and I mean, if you look at druids, if you look at everything, I mean, it's all based on the lizard satanic stuff. Just so you're aware of, people. But I like this stuff because it's actually very positive. And these cards are really nice, actually, if you're looking to start reading tarot. They're called the Druid Craft Tarot Deck, and they come with this little booklet. And what's nice about it is that it has all the 10 of wands, swords, whatever, on one page. So if you're looking to actually have a cheat card and just learn, this is a really nice way of doing it. You can do it yourself too. I'm just saying it's a good idea. When I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you didn't catch this live, you can come and check it out on my stream. I do them fairly regularly, not every day, but I do them quite often. I also do offer tarot readings. You can go on my website and you can book them there automatically. I use PayPal still. I am working on Monero and other things. I'm just very slow, unfortunately, because I'm not very talented in that area. Let's put it that way. I freak out. It's like my brain just goes into, well, you can't do it. It's an old programming, so I'm still working on that. See, I'm very patient. When I take a long time with stuff, I just actually mock it and I make funny jokes. I kid around with myself, because when you joke, it's easier to change states. So over time, it's an innocent joke. It's not to mock and make someone feel inferior. So you're not doing it to shame yourself. You're doing it because you're seeing that it's funny. It's like an idiosyncrasy, but you have to love your idiosyncrasies in order to heal. If you don't love yourself, nobody will. So you might as well get started. And if you have issues with that, no problemo. I can freaking show you how you can get around that little issue. You still have to do your work. I cannot do that for you. But I'm more than happy to help those who are trying to get better and they have nobody and they don't know how, or they just need simply someone there. I don't go to pity parties. Just be aware of that. I'm not much of a pity party kind of person. For me, there has to be a means. The means to the end have to make sense. So if selling your soul for, a nice lifestyle is not a good deal for me. But if you're not willing to do your work, you're not going to get better. So, and those are the people who keep going to get readings and don't understand that this is simply guidance. If you are expecting this stuff to really tell you your future, just be aware of one thing, that those who do that, they're actually hypnotizing you into buying that specific reality that they're talking about. I don't do that. I don't hypnotize people into whatever future I want them to go into. What I want for all of you is to find your way, to find the right way for you, by yourself, within yourself. I am just here to help you, because I think we all need to have people we can rely on and we can talk to and we can bounce opinion off with. It's just, that's what being a society, and that's what being, a helpful world society is about. So I see the one world as a good thing, not the one world order. I have always seen that as the end result. That's where we are going, effectively. So I hope you all start using this kind of tools in the right way, if you're not, and you start looking for the right answers instead of trying to cut corners so you don't have to do your own personal work and spiritual work that makes you grow, which is the reason why we're here, by the way. So one of the reasons why we're here, to learn to work without limitations and learn to create with the true power we have inside, and learn to love and cooperate with each other and live in harmony with the rest of the world that we have been made guardians of. And as you can tell by observing how 97% of people are still non-vegan, haven't done that great of a job. So love and light, and I'll see you in the stream if you come around. I'm gonna stop this video